California by Lockheed Corporation. Kelly Johnson and Hall Hibbard were also co-designers on the Lockheed Model 10 transport, Model 14, Model 18, the Hudson, Ventura, Lodestar, and others, and also the Constellation airliner. P-38's distinctive twin-boom design allows all the guns to be centrally located in the center pod.
It was also the only aircraft in the United States that was produced from before the war until the end of the war.
That's right. They were in production at Pearl Harbor, and they're in production to VJ Day.
We have the P-26 pea shooter taxiing out.
Yeah, that little yellow and blue plane that Steve's mentioning, that's the United States' very first all-metal monoplane fighter. And they first flew in 1932, went into service in 1935.
It's the only flying example in the world.
That's right. Behind it is that polished aluminum Sibirski Republic AT-12.
Also the only flying example.
And another only flying example behind it is the Mitsubishi A6M50.
A lot of the only ones here.
Yeah, well, there are other Zeros in the warbird community. Ours is the only one that's authentic with the original Japanese engine fitted in flyable condition.
Wow. That's amazing.
It was captured off of Saipan in 1944. U.S. forces, and eventually made its way back here, was test flown by a lot of our test pilots for evaluation, and then eventually ended up at a technical trade school as a training tool. And it was slated to be cut up and destroyed. Ed Maloney intervened and came in and saved it. And it's the only one there is. So really, really privileged with that.
And taxiing out behind the P-51 is the F-4U-1 Corsair of the museums here.
Yeah, ours is a combat veteran. It's the United States Marine Corps.
Oh, there's the P-38. Yeah.
If you or your company own or are in the market to purchase a business jet, give our friends at Mach 1 a call. They can help you with a purchase or to discuss their turnkey management program. Mach 1, give them a call at 909-597-8461 or check their ad at our air show program or simply search the internet browser for Mach 1 Air Charters.
And taking off right now is the Northrop N9MP Flying Wing. Another only one in the world.
Boeing P-26 pea shooter, America's first all-metal monoplane fighter. Republic Sibirski AT-12. It's a two-seat version of the P-35 fighter. That's the only one in the world that flies.
The Mitsubishi A6M50, the only original, 100% original, flies today.
It's got a Nakajima Sakai 21 engine in it at about 1100
Where's that
horsepower.
engine?
That's powered by a General Motors Allison V1710. About 1100 horsepower.
That one's got
Over 12,000 Corsairs were built, including in the years after World War II.
The Lockheed P-38J Lightning, wearing the markings of 23 Skidoo. The pilot was P.J. Dahl.
It has the markings of the 475th Fighter Group, which is the most famous P-38 unit of all time. A lot of aces in that unit. Okay, look, coming from the north now. N9M Flying Wing, P-26, AT-12. Followed by the A6M F4U1A Corsair.
And bringing up the tails, the P-38J Lightning.
These are just a few of the extensive flyable collection here at Planes of Fame. The N9MB Flying Wing, P26 on its right, AT-12 on its left, followed by the A6M0, P51A, F4U Corsair, and P38 Lightning.
Collections of some of the rarest aircraft still.
And now approaching from the east, N9MB Flying Wing, AT-12, and P26.
That going.
P38 Lightning, F4U Corsair, P51A Mustang, and Mitsubishi A6M50. So, ladies and gentlemen, directly in front of the announcement booth here, we have the United States Navy Sea Cadet Color Guard. We thank you again for being here this year at our show and each and every Saturday event. Thank you. We'd like you to direct your attention to them when we do. Here's the Northrop N9MB Flying Wing. Flown by David Vopak today. He's taking over duties of flying this aircraft. Each 8 cylinders, each producing somewhere in the region of 250 to 300 horsepower. The previous N9Ms, of which a few were built, this is the only surviving example, but a few.
He's going probably about 140 miles per hour in that maneuver. And there he's pulling about 6 Gs, which is 6 times, or maybe 5 Gs. That wasn't so steep. His body weight of 210 pounds made Rob feel like he was weighing over 1,000 pounds. He's a pretty strong guy at 76 years old. Any of you who want to challenge arm wrestle? I dare you. And some of you saw us pulling out this airplane. It weighs about 2,000 pounds. That's why I have a lot of muscle on my leg.
The Czech Republic, the former Czechoslovakia and Czech Republic, known for having a fairly robust aerospace industry, and they do some really neat things with aircraft. And I know you and Rob have traveled over there and worked with the Czechs directly and their demo teams. I mean, you got first-hand training from some of the best in the world over there.
Yes, he did. He spent a whole summer training advanced aerobatics with the factory in the Czech Republic. And some of the instructors there, they're military, because this is used as a military trainer. They're all military instructors. So they put you through the works here pretty good. And that right there is a cancer ribbon for all the cancer survivors and for all of them out there them. This airplane actually can go pretty far. It can go 400 miles, and it's got extra fuel wingtips. So it's got like 4 fuel tanks. And it can go about, with the wingtips, it can go about 750 miles. So you can take it pretty far away before you have to land. Isn't that a great shot?
Running it right out of airspeed.
Not a lot.
Well, how'd you like that Korean War reenactment, ladies and gentlemen? How about a round of applause for all the operators, maintainers of these aircraft? Of course, we've got to move into the aerial dogfighting phase. The MiG and the F-86, great adversaries during the conflict. In fact, the P-80, the F-80, if you will, simulated by the T-33, literally the same aircraft, which is off to your right, heading back behind the crowd. The first aircraft, actually, to get a jet-on-jet air-to-air kill, which happened in November of 1950. You can see they're owned by the owned and flown by the Planes of Fame Museum. Oddly enough, both of them built in 1952. Planes of Fame MiG was actually built in China, arrived in the U.S. in the 1980s.
They own 150.
Wow, that is a beautiful.
The Sabre, again, built in 1952, never saw combat, but it was overhauled in 1961. Got a new wing and sold to Argentina's Air Force. Ended up in private hands in 72. Aircraft collector Tom Freakin bought it in the 1980s and donated it to the Planes of Fame Museum in 1997. The model before you, the F-86F, an even better model, especially at the higher altitude. 6,100 pounds of thrust as opposed to the older engines, which were putting out around 5,200 pounds of thrust. Talking to Steve Henton about the F-86, he said the MiG will accelerate better until about 300 knots, but then the F-86F will rule the skies. Significantly higher kill ratio for the F-86 in the skies over Korea. As he carves that aircraft back towards show center. The North American team, many outstanding designers, taking a lot of the experience they learned from the propeller aircraft like the P-51, applying it with the technology received after World War II, the Germans with their swept wing technology, creating the 35-degree sweep, that wing sweep that you see on both the MiG and the F-86.
The firepower department. The F6F Hellcat, and then this one, the F7F. So they call it the Tiger. which was finally retired in 2006. For several decades, the Grumman Aircraft Corporation had a
Now is pursuing his dream as an airline pilot. Take a look to the right. It's the Ace Maker. Really just about the last. Bringing him back to shows all over the U.S. Watching keep the jackrabbits out of the runway today. As you see the aircraft go by, we talk about the F-80, the P-80. This aircraft, the two-seat version, the P-80 was actually the first one. It was developed as a fighter. As we were transitioning, however, between props to the existing F-80, added about 3 feet to the fuselage to put the controls in the back, and there, voila, you have a T-33 Shooting Star that you see before you today.
Then the airplanes had to be ditched because they didn't have enough fuel to get to China. Some of them made it to land, a lot of them were ditched at sea. One of them was diverted to Russia. And there wasn't a whole lot of damage technically to the Japanese, but and it was also psychological for the Americans that we could do it. It was
15 or so guns.
yeah, they had like 14 or 18 flying guns. They had a 75 Canada version. As well with the completely round engine front view, and those stubby wings. Fairly low aspect ratio wing on that airplane. And Stu Dawson's been known to race this airplane at Reno also.
Okay, we'll be watching for the tumble. You know, when the air is nice and crisp, the airplanes really like to fly in this kind of air. So I know it's a little chilly for you today, but the airplane is flying really happy at this moment. All these airplanes right here, they like the cool air, keeps the engines nice and cool.
Just like it is over in the Czech Republic this time of year.
Yeah, it is cool over there, exactly like this type of weather.
Well, we call him the Tumbling Bear, Rob Harrison. And let's see if we can. We're going to watch right now and see if it gives us a little demonstration of the Rob tumble.
Very difficult maneuver to do on this plane because it's so heavy. 2,000 pounds tumbling. That looked good. Well, we're ready for it. Okay, he's going to tumble this one more time. You know, Rob started flying when he was 6 years old with his dad. By the age of 13, he was doing aerobatics. At one time when he was about 8 years old, when his dad really started doing aerobatics with him, he went home crying. So he got over it. Okay, we're going to hear you. And he's got way over 5,000 hours. And by the age of 13, he was doing aerobatics all by himself and with his dad on the plane. And they owned a little Piper Cub. So he's been flying since, but Rob spent his whole lifetime career working for the U.S. Forest Service. And Rob developed the fire Okay, we'll see ya. Well, as you can see, even though Rob is almost 76 when he...
Here comes a pair of North American P-51 Mustangs. And on the flight line we have two C-47 Skytrains warming up and a B-25 Mitchell. That is a beautiful. This is a P-51A and a P-51B.
Yeah, these are the early Mustangs with the fastback, as the Mustang was originally built by North America in that configuration. They built them like that all the way through the P-51C, and then with the D model, they introduced the bubble canopy and the cut-down fuselage, and also improved the armaments and the wings.
Mustang with the bubble top taking off.
Yeah, the P-51 Mustang is undoubtedly the most famous U.S. fighter of all time of any era. During their use in the war, P-51 Mustangs shot down 1,500 enemy airplanes, 1,500 from left to right. P-51D Mustang. These are the 352nd fighter, a very distinctive blue nose Mustang.
Keep shooting and shooting. Switch.
Civilian version would have been the DC-3.
And these are real workhorses all over the world. Operations are also used for hauling lots of cargo in the China-Burma-India theater over the hump.
U.S. Air Force used them all the way from Vietnam as a gunship.
That's right. And a lot of them are still in private use today in South America and even the United States. The airplane's been flying essentially for about 80 years, having first flown in 1935. It's got a very long career.
Very extremely rugged aircraft.
Very durable, very rugged, and fairly simple, not too exotic.
Here's a Lockheed P-38 Lightning, followed by two P-40 Warhawks, taking off with the North American B-25.
And that B-25 is taken off some medium bomber used by the United States and other allied nations during World War II. Made famous by its first combat mission, which was April 1942, deployed off the carrier USS Hornet. 16 of them were loaded on board the Hornet and bombed Japan.
And from the left, the C-47 Skytrain wearing those invasion stripes. They invaded Normandy.
At June 6, 1944, Operation Overlord was the invasion of Europe, and all Allied airplanes had these white and black alternating stripes painted on them as an identification feature. Fighters, medium bombers, and also any type of cargo and logistics airplanes.
It was all done last minute. They used anything from brooms to mops to paint those on there.
Yes, they did.
Perfectly straight lines.
Coming across Air Show Center now is the P-51A, and it's followed by the B-25, which is another North American product.
Here's a great shot, folks. The P-38 Lightning with that being escorted by two P-40 Warhawks.
These aircraft that you see are all United States Army Air Force World War II types. And yes, the United States even used Spitfires in World War II.
nice pictures.
Yeah, they used some
Yeah, I
of them
can't wait to see them.
as photographic aircraft.
That's correct. And they also used